In all of my 35 years of living, this is the first time I've ever stepped into an aquarium. Yup, you heard me right. This is my first aquarium experience. What better way to experience it than an adults after hours night at the aquarium? It was a nice setup once you came in. They had food in the area behind the stage, but I was so excited to see the exhibits, I wasn't worried about no food. However, after taking in the beautiful sights of the lobby, I went to the bar and got myself a cocktail. The drinks were on point, honey. The gentleman that made the drinks did his big one. They were great. After I grabbed my cocktail, I took the elevator to the exhibits area. First stop was the 360 photo booth. You saw that video in the opening, but after that I hit the Dolphin Cove. With no damn dolphins. Now, the area that the dolphins were in was really chic, though. It looks like a lounge, which I really liked. Crazy, right? They had a bar set up there, too. The vibes were on point, but I didn't come here for humans, so I trekked onward. I moved on to an open area where there was a huge tank to look down into. It had some massive stingrays and sharks in there. They also had a small band performing in that area and some ladies doing shadow art on the wall. It was actually pretty cool. After I finished looking at the cool marine life, I looked over and there were performers on the escalator dancing, leading us deeper into the exhibits. It was pretty cool to watch them dancing as they ascended. I followed them up the escalator, cause where y'all going? I won't see. And what was there to see? A new part of the exhibit that they had just completed. Now, the real purpose for this adults night at the aquarium was to showcase the new exhibits that they had just finished and opened. After you get off the escalator, there was an area that showcases many various types of watersheds areas that we have right here in the state of Maryland. Did I mention I'm back in Baltimore? Showing off, I know. Claire Huxtable would have a fit. Anyway, I didn't know there were so many different types of bodies of water in Maryland, and they all cultivate and house different wildlife, which is really cool to see. I saw the Maryland terrapins. Did you see them hiding? I zoomed in on one of them. Speaking of turtles, there were many species throughout the aquarium, and they all had the same rabid state of mind. It seems like it was turtle mating season, the way them jokers were getting it in. Okay, I was a little jealous. I ain't gonna lie. Did you see the oysters with the tongues flickering? Anyway, they had people walking around in costumes of marine life, and some gave amazing information, told jokes, and were really engaging with the crowd. They even had a tank of jellyfish, as you just saw, that you could pet. I tried to work myself up to do it, but I just couldn't. Just seeing it made me think of how bad it hurt to get stung by jellyfish. Elms Beach and Point Lookout stayed having jellyfish. Those things really hurt, so I was afraid to touch them. Maybe next time I'll be brave enough to do it, but not this time. Now, look, I'm not gonna hold y'all. There were so much more to this aquarium trip that I didn't capture on camera. Y'all know why. I was living in the moment. I was oohing and awing like a child. I was tapped in. By the time I got to the sharks, I was completely over recording for real. Not because I didn't want to, but because this was my first time at an aquarium. I'm a nerd, and y'all know once I get going, that's it. However, that just makes it so much better for you because you have things to look forward to that was not showcased in this video here. A win-win, right? Look at God. You guys, there was so much to explore up here. I mean, look at the penguins. You really can't see them because the water on the glass, but those were penguins. Some of these fish in these tanks were extremely massive. You see that one right there? Massive. Oh, and they have an electric eel that they just got in the exhibit. That one is brand new. You guys need to make sure you go ahead and check that out because they gave a lot of information about electric eels, and you can actually see how much electrocution or electricity that she's putting out into the water. It's so cool. But this one was part of my favorite as well. You take the escalator up to the rainforest and you get to see the rainforest animals and creatures and things. It was chef's kiss. You know, they emulate the climates of the rainforest, and it was just so beautiful in here. So I think I really want to visit a rainforest at some point in my life. That's a bucket list thing. Get a whiff of the beauty of the Baltimore Harbor. I mean, isn't it gorgeous? I really want to come up here to explore a little bit more and check out the restaurants. I feel like Orchestra Noir set me up to be intrigued and want to explore Baltimore. At the end of the evening, they have a live band that played for 2 hours. The music and atmosphere was quite eclectic and I was in heaven. I like the weird stuff, y'all know that. Oh, and the people that were dressed up as marine life all around the aquarium led the party big time. They know how to jam. They were pulling us on the dance floor and all. It was so much fun. I give my first aquarium experience a 10 out of 10. I cannot wait to go back because I need to see piers 1 through 3, but I enjoyed it and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining me and see you in the next one.